Well, hello YouTube, it's Earl, and it's time for another tobacco review. Tonight we're going to be talking about Sarto by Warped. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so like I said, tonight we're going to be talking about Sarto by Warped. Now I've been on a kind of a reviewing blends by Warped as of late because I wanted to do some cigar blends. That really kind of started for me with Key Largo, doing some reviews, and decided to kind of go down a path of blends that had cigar leaf in it. And I've been really impressed with Warped and their cigar blends so far. So, what is Sarto? Sarto is a, I guess you would call it an English blend, simply because it has Virginias and it has Latakia. So, it technically falls in the English family. And it has Orientals as well, and Perique, and a little bit of dark fired. And so, you may sit there and go, okay, so what's so special about this blend itself? We'll get into that into the review itself, but don't let, if you're someone who doesn't like Latakia, don't let that throw you off right off the bat. But let's kind of dive in. Let me read you the tin description as usual, then we'll take a look at the cut, the tin aroma, and then we'll light it up and we'll talk about it. So, okay, Sarto. And this says Virginias, Orientals, Perique, and fire-cured leaf. And it is by Jeremy Reeves and Kyle Gillis. Sarto, balancing strength with restraint. This blend of matured, ripe Virginias, delicate Orientals, and piquant Perique is brought to heel through a subtle, smoky application of Latakia and specially selected dark-fired Kentucky, resulting in a steady and comforting companion to the discerning smoker. And as you can see here, maybe with the tin art, I don't know if you're able to tell, there is a picture of a dog there, and that is Kyle Gillis's dog, Sarto, is my understanding. I forget what breed he is, and actually maybe it's a better image here of the dog. Anyway, so just kind of nice little personal touch on this. So let's kind of, again, it's an English blend, and let's take a look at the contents. When you open it up, you see it's a rather chunky ribbon cut, which is kind of typical for Cornell and Deal. They don't do fine cut on their ribbon. And you can see, my impression is that some of this has been in flake formed and been kind of tumbled out into ribbons, would be my guess on some of this. They may, some of that kind of seems to be mostly Virginia leaf when I spot it, so maybe they've had some Virginia that they matured in kind of flake or cake form, and then they sliced it and tumbled it out and added it into the mixture. Not sure, because they don't talk about that anywhere on the page on Smoking Pipes or here in the tin description. But as you can see, there's plenty of variety of color in there. So I see some bright Virginias, see some darker Virginias, see a little bit of Latakia, and we know there's Orientals, Perique, and all of that. So we've got a pretty dark mixture here. When we go to smell it, I get that lovely aroma, the aroma I love of Latakia. That sweet but smoky flavor, that kind of incensey aroma. And that kind of overpowers the tin note, so to speak. There's some sour notes in there, and some maybe more matured, darky, smoky flavors that I would put in with the dark fired camp. But mostly on the tin note, I get the Latakia itself. So now it's time to light our pipes and to talk about the smoke itself. And tonight I am smoking this in a Rossi pipe that I got from the Pipe Nook. This is a Rossi, and it's, let's see, the number is 88414, which, if you don't know, Rossi's are Savinellis that aren't branded Savinelli, they're branded Rossi, and they throw an 8 on the front of the shape number there. But a 414 is a I believe this is like a Zulu type shape or a Yachtman. I think it's got a couple of different names to it, but it's a wonderful smooth pipe that I got from the Pipe Nook for $60 or something like that. So anyway. Now, one of the things that makes this blend different than all of the other warped blends that I have tried so far is there is no cigar leaf here. Now, if you watched my Until the End review, you remember there was a dog on that one too. I believe it was a man and his dog in that 10 art, and again, same dog from what I understand. It was Kyle Gill says it was Sarto that they used for the artwork, and this blend is meant to be a companion blend to Until the End. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Like if you're supposed to smoke them together, not together, but near one another. If so, I would say this is what you would finish your night off with. So let's dive into the smoke. When you first light up, you certainly get what you're reminded of in almost every English blend on those first notes. That Latakia, bam, and hits you. It's just fragrant. But as you move down the bowl, the Perique and the Dark Fired begin to assert themselves. So there's a nice spicy flavor to it. It's deep. It's a rich smoke, full flavored, full bodied. And the Orientals probably bring some of that spice in as well. I don't know what the Oriental is, but given that this is a C&D product, I would bet it's Izmir. Which can bring some nuttiness to the table. Overall, who do I think this blend is for? If you're looking for a full flavor blend, you enjoy dark fired leaf, and a good accompanying of Perique with kind of that nice Virginia base, I think this is a blend for you. It's more on the savory side than on the sweet side. I'm not sure how I would rate it. This isn't one of my favorite blends. But it's good for what it's trying to do. I do find that it's a pretty even smoke, that I don't get much variety as you move throughout the bowl. Nothing seems to assert itself or change. If you're looking for a full flavored smoke that you want to smoke on a summer evening like I am now, if you can hear all the crickets and frogs and cicadas in the background, this might could fill that void where it's a you know, there's some Latakia here, but it's not your main thing. And so I know some people don't like to smoke Latakia during the summer, but it's a good blend. And one that I'd say, if you're into dark fired in Virginia, listen Perique. I think this is a good place to be. That Latakia does come through from time to time and give you a little bit of sweetness, but overall very savory, complex, and consistent smoke. Well guys, that's my review of Sarto. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk at you later.